It's almost been a week, and people are still stunned and in awe of Meghan's fabulous look and this fierce red dress. We've even talked about it during our live stream. However, not everybody got a chance to catch it, so I thought it would be fun to not only revisit the red dress moment, but also bring to you CNN's take on the matter. Yes, Meghan's dress was in CNN. Who else is having a garment make worldwide news? Our girl, the Duchess of Sussex. So let's get started. Thank you for clicking on my video, and if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. Today, I wanted to talk about CNN naming Meghan's red dress at the CHLA gala last week its look of the week. Now, we've been talking about this red dress all week long, and we definitely did a deep dive during the live stream, but I know a lot of people didn't get a chance to catch the live stream because it was really early in the day. So I'm going to bring that segment here in a standalone video, and I'm going to read CNN's article. Now, before we get started, if you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and please don't forget to share so more people can find us. The title of this article is Look of the Week. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex's striking red gown worn at a charity gala on Saturday isn't entirely new, and this was written by Leah Dolan. Editor's note, featuring the good, the bad, and the ugly, Look of the Week is a regular series dedicated to unpacking the most talked about outfit of the last 7 days. There's not much that is relatable about Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, from her rise to British royal notoriety to her achingly aspirational lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchid. But on Saturday, a rare opportunity for connection presented itself when Meghan arrived at the Children's Hospital Los Angeles 2024 gala in a red Carolina Herrera dress she had previously worn in 2021. While resurfacing wardrobe relics is a fairly common experience for the everyman or woman, it is a more conscious choice for those in the public eye. Lately, in a push to ignite debate on sustainability and fashion, A-listers such as Kate Blanchett, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Billie Eilish have selected to rewear old outfits on red carpets. That may be true, and I fully believe that. A lot of, not just A-listers, but a lot of people in general have talked about wearability and sustainability, but also ethics. Aside from that, this has actually been something that Meghan has championed for well over a decade. I mean, for an extremely long time. You can find old videos of her and interviews talking about sustainability and re-wearing outfits and making them new. This isn't new for Meghan to be into fashion, but it's also not new for Meghan to be considerate of the, not just the globe and the climate, but she's also extremely aware of how to wear outfits for propriety, but also to make them new again. And so I think this was just her not only having fun, but her also championing something she's very passionate about in a very real way, which is sustainability and being ethical. The Duchess's look, however, had undergone a few notable tweaks. When she first debuted the dress at a gala celebrating veterans in New York 3 years ago, it was a formal gown, with the skirt featuring a voluminous built-in train, accessorized with pointed satin pumps, and the refined 2.15 carat Burke's Snowflake Snowstorm diamond earrings she regularly wore while on official royal visits. Say that 5 times fast. They were going to beat me up in that paragraph. On Saturday, Meghan, who stepped away from her royal duties alongside husband Prince Harry over 4 years ago, stripped the design back, stepping out in a more tailored version of the dress. Her hair was down and jewelry kept simple. No necklace, no visible earrings, just a few rings and her often worn Cartier love bracelet. She finished off the outfit with open-toed slingbacks from Giuseppe Zanotti. Now, I want to also say something. They make it a point to acknowledge how she stripped back the look. So she went a little bit more toned down. I think it was a little bit more appropriate because while this is a gala, this is for a children's hospital. And like I said, Meghan is always very conscious of propriety and what's appropriate for every event. But also the dress code was not nearly as strict as it was for the veterans event in 2021. But something that they kind of aligned here that I feel like is a bit misaligned. And I don't know if it's intentional, so I won't go on the defense, but I'll just want to correct this. It says, on Saturday, Meghan, who stepped away from her royal duties alongside husband over 4 years ago, stripped back the design, stepping out in a more tailored version of the dress. And then they acknowledged ahead of that in this part of the article, they acknowledged in the former paragraph that when she wore this dress the first time, she paired it with the Burke's Snowflake Snowstorm diamond earrings that she regularly wore while on official royal visits. So I want to make it very clear. They stepped back in 2020 when she first wore this look, along with these earrings, along with the more, I would say, a little bit more of the formal look. This was at a veterans event, but this was after they had stepped back, well over a year after. So this wasn't an official royal visit either. I feel like sometimes they can misalign that, and they're almost pairing the two events, this gala and her more toned down design, her more toned down look of this dress, with her no longer being a working royal, which that was the case here as well. So it has nothing to do with them being working royals, or that has nothing to do with this look at all. This was so formal because the event called for it. If you look at people, even in the background, people who are working the event are also in a very formal looks. So it was just more about propriety for the event itself, not about royal status. So I want to point that out because people look for talking points and look for arguing points. And I never want these high moments for Meghan to get turned into debates. They're just ridiculous. After learning to dress within the narrow margins of the royal family rulebook, the Duchess has embraced a different sartorial direction, one perhaps more aligned with her life before Prince Harry. Last September, she wore an off-the-shoulder emerald lace Cult Gaia tube dress to the closing ceremony of the Invictus Games Dusseldorf in Germany. More recently, during visits to Nigeria and Colombia, Meghan has opted for strappy patterned sundresses with thigh splits. Her red tailored Carolina Herrera dress and tousled hair epitomizes a more easygoing approach to evening wear when compared to her life as a working royal, of course. And with no official dressing protocols to break, Meghan can let the limelight shine on the charity cause, in particular, the LA Children's Hospital. Quote, "The staff is incredible," Meghan told People magazine on the night. "And the amount of work they do for families that really could not afford this level of care is something that I think should never be overlooked," she said. "I'm grateful for everything they do." Overall, great article. I love their coverage of both looks. I thought that, and Harry looks good too. We often, because this is a lot of pizzazz and she definitely steals the show, but I don't ever want to miss an opportunity to talk about how this man can hang a suit, even with a bow tie. He is killing this. They both look amazing. They're definitely equally yoked. But yeah, this dress was beautiful. I love the alterations she made to it. I like what she did with it. And like I said before, I don't know that these dresses can actually be compared. These looks can be compared because although the dress is the same, the events and the looks are completely different. I also think it's important to note Meghan's personal style has evolved over time, but it's always been true to her. Everything she wears, I say to myself, yeah, that's definitely a Meghan look. You can just tell some things you can just see, even on other people. I'll see looks on models and I'll be like, that would look really nice on Meghan. That definitely falls in line with her. And once you've been covering someone for a long time, you can kind of start to see what types of things or what types of outfits make sense for them, their personality, the event, and how they like to dress. But something that Meghan has championed for years, make every single thing you wear your own. There's a lot of instances of Beyonce, for example, being spotted in these runway looks. But when you see it on the model, you're like, how did her and her team put that together from that? It's a style, but it's a talent to make it your own. And the way you do up an outfit, the way you add your pizzazz, or as Carrie Bradshaw would say, I'm going to do it up, style it up with some shoes, but accessorize it up with some shoes. It's all about how you express yourself and how you use that outfit as the simple starting point. Buying the outfit or getting the outfit is only step one of maybe 8. So how she ends up coming up with these looks with her and her team, that's all a matter of personal style. And if you've watched Meghan for a long time, or you've just taken the time to go back and take a look at some of her interviews, especially during Fashion Week when she dropped a lot of these really great style gems, then this isn't surprising from Meghan. Sure, you're welcome to compare it to her time in the royal family, but I would actually just look at it as a whole. I would zoom out and just look at Meghan's fashion timeline and the royal family. Her time as a working royal, like I said, that represents what Meghan's all about: propriety. she wore things that were still true to her, but were appropriate. And we even got a little bit of a glimpse into that in the Harry and Meghan docuseries when she was saying, when she was wanting to fit in and blend in and never wanted to stand out and wanted to find herself in this extremely historical family with all of their protocols, she applied everything she knew. She applied all the feedback that she got in order to manage herself and manage her style within that fold. And even then, unfortunately for you, Meghan, even then, no matter how much effort you put into blending in, unfortunately, you just got that spark. Sometimes you just can't do anything about it. And unfortunately, I know that you were trying to blend in, but sweetheart, for the sake of all of us, I'm really glad you didn't, because you're great to look at. I love your looks. I love your style. You always have a really great personal message, and you really express yourself well in your style. So although you were trying to blend in, unfortunately, fate would have it, you just can't. You look great. Unfortunately for them, I should say, not for Meghan. But one of my favorite things about this side of Meghan's history is that she's allowed to shine and sparkle, and she doesn't have to hold back. Never dim your light for anyone else's to shine. It won't work anyway. If they were meant to shine, they would. But aside from that, I actually talked about the look itself in depth during our live stream, and I want to bring that clip to you now. So if you have seen it, thanks for watching again. Don't forget to comment along the way. But if you haven't seen it, here it is. This past weekend, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, stepped out and absolutely stunned as she appeared at the Children's Hospital 2024 Los Angeles Gala. Today, I'll be reading directly from Vogue all about the outing, but especially about that fabulous red look. The title of this article is Meghan Markle Rewears One of Her Most Glamorous Gowns, and this is written by Christian Allaire. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, made a surprise appearance at the Children's Hospital 2024 Los Angeles Gala, which paid tribute to its patients and pediatric workers. Quote, "The work that they do is otherworldly," the Duchess of Sussex said on the red carpet. "From my standpoint as a mother, no one wants to be in a position where you would need to go to a place like this. But if you have to, the best place in the world you could go would be Children's Hospital LA." Playing up the formal feel of the event, Meghan chose a glamorous red gown by Carolina Herrera, and it turns out she wore the design once before back in 2021. Herrera first wore the plunging red silk. There's a mistake here. This should be Meghan or Duchess of Sussex or whatever, but it says Herrera, which is the designer, not Meghan. Meghan first wore the plunging red silk dress to the Intrepid Museum's Salute to Freedom Gala, which she attended with Prince Harry back in November of 2021. That time, the gown came complete with a sweeping train attached to the waist. To give the frock a fresh feel for today, Meghan revived it without the train, allowing the long column silhouette and long slit to shine on its own, accessorized with minimal jewelry and matching red satin sandals. Of course, this isn't the first time that Meghan has opted to recycle a piece from her own wardrobe for the red carpet. The Duchess has a history of giving her polished pieces a second life, as she should. Earlier this year, for one, she re-wore the yellow not the yellow. I've been in East Texas too long. We're going to start that one back over. Earlier this year, for one, she re-wore the yellow Carolina Herrera column gown she wore to announce her pregnancy with Princess Lilibet back in 2021. So it seems like most of the 2021 staple pieces are getting new life in 2024. She has also repeated her go-to Sin Taylor coats for Stella McCartney and Aritzia dresses, proving that the right investment pieces can be worn again and again. Clearly, this also applies to formal wear. Simply alter the silhouette slightly, and even a ball gown can feel like an entirely new fashion moment. It's also very sustainable to rewear pieces, but also to make them new again. You get a lot of life out of outfits and pieces as long as you take care of them and you keep them updated. I think that's extremely smart of her to do. It's also very helpful to the environment. But this is absolutely stunning. As I was completing this update, I actually saw that a new update went up directly on Sussex.com regarding this outing. And since they're my preferred hub for all news Duke and Duchess of Sussex, I wanted to read it directly from them. The title of this update is CHLA 2024. And before we even continue, look at the beams on both of their faces. They have absolute stars in their eyes. That is amazing. Oh, I love that photo. This weekend, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, attended the biennial Children's Hospital Los Angeles Gala, an inspiring event dedicated to celebrating the exceptional services provided to children across LA. Invited as a special guest by CHLA's president and CEO, Paul Viviano, the Duchess was proud to stand alongside esteemed guests in support of this vital cause. The evening featured the presentation of CHLA's highest philanthropic honor, the Courage to Care Award, which was bestowed upon boxing legend Sugar Ray Leonard and his wife Bernadette, as well as Chuck Lorre and AEG. Their unwavering commitment to philanthropy serves as a testament to the impact individuals can have on the lives of young patients. CHLA's remarkable nurses were also recognized as mission ambassadors, celebrating their dedication and compassion in caring for the children they serve. The event was co-chaired by Molly McNeary and Jimmy Kimmel, along with Kristen and Jeff Worth, who set an uplifting tone for the evening. The Duchess has a long-standing connection with CHLA, having visited the hospital on several occasions to meet with patients and participate in the annual Make March Matter campaign. Her presence at the gala underscored her commitment to advocating for the health and well-being of children around the world. The evening was a resounding success, reminding us all of the power of community support in improving the lives of those in need. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to CHLA and everyone involved for their dedication and generosity. Together, we can continue to make a meaningful difference in the lives of children and their families. Let's take a look at some of the videos from the red carpet.
How are you, Meghan? Meghan right there. Meghan over here. Meghan. Meghan over here to your right. And Meghan right here. Oh, Meghan.
And right here.
And together. Start right here. Ladies together. Oh, one stop.
Can we get all the smiles in one day? There it is. Thank you. Oh.
Start right here.
I'm starting here for CHLA. Thank you so much. Start with Matt, who's just next to me.
Past your bedtime for sure. How old is your Hi, how are you? What's your name? Nice to meet you, Marcus. How old are they? Oh, so really close to our kids, so 3 and 5. Oh, yeah. Can I take a picture? Of course. Here.
You look so beautiful.
You ready? Oh.
Yeah, there we go. Oh my God. So.
Thank you.
Look at me like, what you doing?
Have fun tonight.
No one wants to have to be in a position where you need to go.
Meghan Markle is showing up to support Children's Hospital Los Angeles. While on the red carpet, Meghan spoke about why she is grateful for the Children's Hospital. She'll post for pictures with the hospital's CEO, Paul S. Viviano, Alliance of Moms co-founder Kelly McKee-Zafin, and the Nelson family. She also had a sweet moment with their daughter Ella, who had reportedly been a patient of the hospital.
I wanted to take a second to highlight several social media posts that stuck out to me about this amazing moment of Meghan's. Now, I'm going to highlight first at I Am Noyes on Instagram. I follow her. I've been following her for a while, and she even reached out to me to say thank you for supporting her amazing work. But she does artwork of the royals, and it is always so breathtaking and extremely unique. So if you want to take a look at it, feel free to follow her again on I Am Noyes on at I Am Noyes on Instagram. And she posted this beautiful photo of Meghan in her red dress, and it says Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, at the 2024 CHLA Gala held at the LA Live event deck on October 5th. I also wanted to highlight this post from Meghan's hairstylist, or one of Meghan's hairstylists. This is Hector's World, at Hector's World with 2 Ds on Instagram. And he says, Kelly Zafin and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, looking radiant while attending the Children's Hospital Los Angeles Gala. Hair for Meghan at Hector's World, and color for both by Katie at Highbrow Hippie. Now, we have actually talked about Meghan's hair colorist, Highbrow Hippie, a couple of times, and we explored her website. So feel free to go check that out. That was when we covered Harry Harry and Meghan's trip at the 1 year to go Invictus Games 1 year to go event. And we also talked about who colored her hair then. And that is when we did the deep dive of Highbrow Hippie. So feel free to go check her out. But I love this post because one, yes, shout yourself out. You did an amazing job. I love Meghan's hair. These kind of beachy waves, but a little bit more polished. And I love the gloss. She looked fantastic. And, you know, she doesn't like to look too put together. She likes to look polished, but relaxed. And he nailed it. I love this look. The makeup, the hair, the dress, all of it. It just worked so well. And I'm glad that he shouted out that he did her hair, because obviously if you want this look, then you know who to go to. I love that she doesn't gatekeep. She knows the best of the best and she shares that with the world. And I love that he posted this. They both looked amazing. And we also have a post from Meghan's hair colorist, Highbrow Hippie, that says, glowing and gorgeous friends Kelly and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, attending Children's Hospital Los Angeles Gala, cut and style for Meghan at Hector's World, color for both, Katie. And of course, last but absolutely not least, the post directly from Kelly McKee Zafin, Meghan's friend, and you can find her on Instagram at _heartmom_. And she says, oh, what a night. My deepest gratitude to Children's Hospital Los Angeles for the extraordinary care they give to our daughter Lily. Our journey began when she was just 2.5, and from that day forward, we've experienced nothing but kindness, hope, care, and unmatched expertise. Our team at Children's has given us strength and hope during the most challenging moments, and their commitment to Lily's care has made all the difference to our family. I was also beyond grateful to share in this beautiful evening with one of my closest friends. Meg, your commitment to supporting Children's Hospital Los Angeles and community is truly inspiring. I'm so grateful to have you by my side. I thought that was so sweet. And she also credited everyone who contributed to her amazing look. Earrings and ring by the incredible Sarah Hindler, necklace Heart You by Established Jewelry, dress Alice McCall Pty Limited from Lindsay J. Price, and her watch is from Freestyle Watches. That is Georgie's watch. Wow. Hashtag Super Lily. Hashtag Pacemakers Club. And the photo was by Alberto Rodriguez for Getty. So what did you think of Meghan's red dress? First and foremost, I have to say, before we talk about this look, I have to give my respect to the original look. The 2021 look with the overskirt was so iconic and so unexpected, especially red from head to toe, especially with the overskirt and all the additional fabric. I thought it was just so iconic. And we rarely get these over the top looks from Meghan. And so even with that, she managed to make it her own. She did not let the dress wear her. She wore the dress. And so I love when we got genuine princess moments from Meghan where she went all out. And so that dress is still one of my favorites. I was so excited to see her repurpose it because it is one of my favorite looks. Not just mine, it's actually one of the most iconic looks from any royal ever. And it's always ending up on those lists. Even I used to do a lot of those best fashion moments for formal wear, best charitable moments, best interview looks of Meghan's. And this look was almost always on every list if it was appropriate. And so to see it repurposed, I was actually quite excited. I was so happy to see her wear it again. I honestly didn't think that she would because she has so many freaking options and she has a lot of stylish moments. I just thought she would keep giving us new ones. But one of the things that I did not expect, that she would take an iconic look and repurpose it in a new way. And boy, did she nail it. One of the things that I love about the fact that she repurposed this is not only that it's sustainable and it's ethical and it's great for the environment, it's also cost friendly to repurpose iconic pieces or expensive pieces or just anything that you wear. Wearing something one time is ridiculous. And I love that she is a realistic, relatable, and genuine person. And she is not above re-wearing things. I actually love that she does this because it's actually a testament to her style. She can take something that we've already seen her in and make it new and fresh. Not everybody can do that. Some people really are slaves to labels. She is not. She will wear what makes sense for her, high end, low end, expensive, cost friendly, whatever, and she'll make it her own, including incredible ball gowns. I loved the original look. First of all, I want to just say, when she wore the original look in 2021 with the overskirt, no one expected it. It hadn't been in line with the pattern of outfits that she'd worn up until that point, especially with the overskirt. So we loved, at least me and the people who follow this channel, love when she gave us really over the top formal wear because she nails it every time. And it was really exciting to see her in that. I also felt like her going for classy, revealing nature of the dress was just spot on. It was a masterclass in formal wear, giving a little, being a little alluring, but not over the top and inappropriate. It was perfect. It was also appropriate for the event that she attended in 2021 because it was black tie formal. And so having the overskirt made more sense. But with this event, there's a red carpet. She's going to be going solo. She wore less jewelry. She wore her hair down with the beachy waves. She removed the overskirt. She obviously did a few tweaks to the dress itself, and she made it new and fresh for now. And I love the way she chose to wear it. I also appreciate the fact that because the original wear of the gown was iconic and it's always referenced, she knew going into, or at least I assume she knew going into the rewear, that it would have to be a completely different look, and she nailed it. And in doing that, in my personal opinion, and in doing that, she almost made it impossible to compare the looks because they aren't the same. The only thing that is the same is the dress itself, but it's worn completely different, almost like by two different people. So it's almost like the way she wore it then made sense for then and the event. The way she wore it this past weekend made sense for this event and in this time in her life. And in my opinion, you really can't compare the two as much as you can just appreciate the two. I love that she gave us both looks. Now, I know a lot of people had really strong opinions about the overskirt. Some people were like, no, it's not the same without the overskirt. And some people were like, oh, thank God I hated all that fabric. And my personal opinion is this: with the additional fabric, it made sense for her to wear her hair up because the moment in that look was the overskirt. It was something different. It's not done all the time, and it has to be done the right way. So by going demure on the makeup and the hair and kind of scaling back so that the fabric of that train could shine was the right way to go about it, because that was part of the moment. It was daring, it was something different, and it was very, very peak royal. Now with this, it's a little bit more modern without the overskirt. Now that she doesn't have the overskirt and it doesn't have to call for its own moment and its own attention, she's able to wear her hair down and give you a lot more up top. I've talked a lot about one of the things that Meghan uses in her arsenal is balance. When it comes to her style, she is always extremely balanced. It's not necessarily about giving it all you got and wearing every single piece of jewelry you've ever owned so that they know you own it and it looks good and you want to show it here and there and you want to do your hair all kinds of ways. She's not one of those people that feels like I've got to give it all right now. She understands the concept of I've got time. We'll get to it. If I want to wear my hair down, then I'll wear my hair down. But that means I'm not going to wear necessarily overstated earrings. If I want to wear overstated earrings, then I'm probably going to pull my hair back so that you can see them. And I'm maybe not going to do a big necklace because I'm giving you the earrings. I don't have to do everything right now all the time. I can give you less because less is more, and there's always balance. So if I'm not going to give you the flair and the drama of the overskirt, then I'm going to let you have the drama of the hair. If I'm not going to give you the drama of the hair, then I'm going to give you a little bit more of a bold eye. I feel like in this, the cleavage was a bit of the moment. I also felt the wearing of this dress this time was extremely strategic. Now, the first time I complimented the dress, and we talked about it because I said, with it being so revealing in certain areas, there's a lot of arm, a lot of back, and there is the dip in the middle where it doesn't give you cleavage, but the cleavage is implied. It's a drop. And so it gives you a little bit of an implication that there's cleavage, but she is perfectly covered up from every single angle. You aren't getting any skin below the armpit and above the navel. You just think you are. There's a bit of an implied sexy, which makes it more alluring. It's not all in your face, but the implication of it is very demure. It's very reserved and it's very classy. It's not all in your face, especially with the dress being red. Now, because we have all this skin and having the overskirt, she did have her hair pulled back, like I said, and the overskirt was the moment. There's a lot of additional fabric, which balanced it out. I'm giving you a lot of skin up here, but you're getting nothing down here. And so now that she's re-wearing the dress and she doesn't have the additional fabric, now it could be seen as a lot more sexy because again, now the focus is no longer on the overskirt. This focus is on this skin that's here in the middle and all the arm that she's giving you. And again, still alluring and sexy, but not overstated and not overdone. And because she's showing a lot of skin and now there's no overskirt, now she balances it out with the hair. She covers a lot more of herself by having her hair down. It's all strategic and it's all about balance. So she gives you the personal message of still classy, still demure, still laid back. And I love the beachy waves, which still relaxed no matter how formal. For me personally, because the looks are so different, because they both offer something different and it's the same dress worn completely differently, I actually can't compare and determine which one I like more. I'll just say I appreciate the presence of both looks because they're both great. And I hope to see her repurpose a few more of her very iconic looks to see what she does with them in this new era in her life. I'm excited to see what she does with them. But that doesn't change the fact that you likely have an opinion, and I want to hear your opinion down in the comments or in the live chat below. I just wanted to take a super short break to say, if you have not already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you are interested, feel free to participate in the live chat going on now, or feel free to leave a comment if you do not wish to engage in the live chat. Once again, I know I do this all the time. I'm enjoying a channel, I'm enjoying the video, I'm just having a great time, and I completely forget to hit subscribe. So please don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to comment if you wish, and please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button so that the algorithm on YouTube knows that you like my content. Now, let's get back to the show. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, feel free to go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share so more people can find us. I also wanted to remind everybody that tomorrow, on Friday, October 11th, we are having a live stream. So don't forget to click on the live stream and turn those notifications on so that when it starts, you can be alerted and you can join us. It's going to be another early midday live stream. Those have been a lot more fun because we're awake, we're fresh, we haven't been beaten up by the day, and most of you are watching during your lunch breaks. So I found that it's just a time that works really well for all the time zones. So I hope you enjoy it. But again, if you can't make it, that's okay. Watch it on replay. And while you watch, don't forget to comment so I can hear your thought or read your thoughts. So don't forget, turn on those notifications for tomorrow's live stream. Again, that's all I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching, and I appreciate your support, and I will see you next time. Bye, y'all. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the SharionSade podcast.